Hey guys, it's Monday. I know on your planners it does not have a week's worth of work here, but just because of the way things are going, I'm going to go ahead and since you guys have been stuck at home for 2 weeks now, going on our third week, I'm just going to continue teaching, doing our math lessons. And we did get word today that we will be doing this for the rest of the school year, which I'm really, really sad. But we will get through this, and you guys are going to be stronger for it. But it's really important that you guys keep up on your math. If you stay up on math, if you stay up, if you do the Moby Max work, if you do our Prodigy work, you will, I guarantee, if you do those, the assignments that I've assigned in Moby Max and Prodigy, you will stay up with fourth grade math. I will make sure that I continue to put up things that need to be taught for the rest of the year. So it's important that you get on and do those. And if you see anybody else or you are texting anybody else, there are some kids in our class who are not connected on Class Dojo yet, and it's really, really important that we get them connected. I'm going to be making phone calls this week. So here we go. We're on 4NF2, teaching set number 5. And hopefully you can, I'll get this a little closer for you. All right, but it was supposed to be spring break. That's where I was going with that. And we've had a break. So I'm just going to keep going. You guys, I think, are probably getting bored at home. I know my boys are. So I'm just going to keep teaching because that's what I do. And that's what I'm good at. And you guys are good at learning. So here we go. So here are some claims. So here's the claim. Okay. To create a fraction, so this is basically a claim. Somebody is stating something. You guys know how to state claims. To create a fraction greater than 2/6, you have to make the denominator less than 6. Okay, so to create a fraction greater than 2/6, a fraction greater than 2/6, you have to make the denominator less than 6. Okay, so if we have two, so some of this is just going to be talking through stuff. So if you have your denominator is your 6, and so we're looking for something that is less than 2/6. So they're saying if you are going to make something, if you're going to make something greater than 2/6, your denominator has to be less than 6. So my question for you would be, so part A, it says, write one number in each box to create a fraction greater than 2/6 with a denominator less than 6. So we're going to, so a denominator less than 6. So let's just do a fifth. If I say 2/5, if I kept the numerator the same, 2/5, remember if the numerators are the same, you can look at the denominators. The greater the denominator, the smaller the part. So already right now we can say that 2/5 is greater than 2/6. So then if 2/5 is greater than 2/6, then 3/5 would be greater than 2/6 as well, right? Okay. Okay, so we did that, right? One number in each box to create a fraction. Okay, so a fraction greater than 2/6 with a denominator less than 6. And then, so a denominator greater than 6. So can I use, it says write one number in each box to create a fraction greater than 2/6 with a denominator greater than 6. So if I'm going to make the denominator greater than 6, so I need two fractions greater than 6. that sorry, I'm reading this over again. Write one number in each box to create a fraction greater than 2/6 with a denominator. So this one, I think they worded this wrong. I think they want fractions in here that are greater than 2/6 with a denominator less than 6, and then we'll put two fractions in here where the denominator is greater than 6. So we could just put let's say 7, and we can put an 8. Let's see if 8, I don't know if we can make 8. So if I was to think about making equivalent fractions, when I make my equivalent fractions, so I could say 2/6 if I was to go times 2. Remember, if we multiplied this times 2, so times 2, that's going to give us 12, and times 2 is going to give us 4. Okay, so 4/12 is equivalent to 2/6. And here's our denominator. Let's make this denominator. Let's just keep the denominator 12ths. Okay, there's 2. Okay, so if 4/12 is equal to 2/6, we need to make a denominator greater than. We're making a fraction greater than that. So all we need to do is the numerator needs to be bigger. So we could do 5/12 and 6/12. Okay, I will be honest with you, I didn't read through this one, so that one took me a little while. But let's go to number 2, and this one will be much quicker. So you're doing the same thing on number 2. You're going to create a fraction greater than 4/7. So greater than 4/7, you have to make the denominator less than 7. So really, you're doing the same thing here. You're going to make a fraction greater than 4/7 that has a denominator less than 7. So we're just going to go, actually it's just telling us to do 1. So remember what I did. So we're working with 4/7. So if I leave the numerator the same, and I denominator less than 7, that's going to be 6. So remember, numerators are equal. If your numerators are equal, you look at the denominator. The greater the denominator, the smaller the part. So right there, just leave your numerator equal and make that denominator smaller, and that gives you a larger fraction. So in this case here, the denominator needs to be greater than 7. So let's do our multiplication over here. So let's just go times 2 again. Times 2 times 2. So 4 times 2 is 8 over 7 times 2 is 14. Okay, so 8/14 is equal to 4/7. Okay, so we're looking for a denominator greater than 7, and then a fraction that is greater than 7, or 4/7. Sorry, 4/7. So we just are going to go greater than that. So you can write 9/14. It's going to be greater than 8/14. Okay, so that one, I have a feeling some of you might be a little confused, because actually I don't feel like I explained that very well. So if you have questions, please make sure that you post them on Class Dojo. And so now your job is to do student set number 5, and it has 3. And do it just like I showed you. You only need to put one fraction in each of those spots. Just create a number, create a fraction in each one of these boxes with denominators less than 8, and follow those directions. But you only need one fraction in each box. All right, so I'm going to go ahead, and I'm going to post tomorrow's also, since it's late tonight. I will get tomorrow's posted as well. So have a good evening. See you tomorrow.